Once upon a time, in a frosty freezer, nestled among other identical ice cubes, there lived an ice cube named Icelyn. She had sharp edges, a smooth surface, and the clearest opacity among all her peers. Yet, Icelyn felt that she was destined for something beyond the confines of her chilly box. Icelyn's life, like every other ice cube, was uneventful and predictable. The morning sun would rise, heralding steady streams of sunlight creeping into the kitchen, a world so distant she had only heard about during the voice of the last used cube. Among her companions, swirling stories painted colorful visions of life outside, brisk drinks, sultry summer days, and the sweet laughter of humans. But Icelyn felt an unusual stirring within her, a yearning for adventure and transformation. For weeks, Icelyn pondered the risks and rewards. What if I choose to leave the security of this freezer and melt away? She wondered, troubled. What lies beyond a life inside a glass, or amidst celebratory coolers, or worse still, ignored and wasted? Her friends, Colden, Frosty, and Crystal, clung to their secure spots, content with the fleeting glimpses of the outside when the freezer sometimes opened. Icelyn, why consider such a choice? Colden asked, his edges slightly melting with incredulity. We are meant to stay here until we're needed. What of the tales we've heard? The warmth, the transformation? Those are not merely tales, Icelyn argued, a frost of determination seeping into her voice. One day, the decision was made for Icelyn. The freezer door swung open, and as it closed gently, a draft brushed over her, shifting Icelyn to the very edge of the tray. Liberated by the persuasive draft, she plummeted unnoticed to the floor. Shocked but excited, Icelyn felt warmth for the first time, a sensation that gently caressed her icy form. There she lay, watching the towering world around her come alive. Her fears of the unknown were now confronted head-on. As the room was bathed in golden sunlight, she also noticed something else. She was melting. Instead of fear, Icelyn chose acceptance. She marveled at the rivulets forming around her, each droplet a part of who she was. She realized that each drop was an opportunity to become something new. Little by little, she let go of her rigid form, embracing her transformation. In time, she transformed into a small puddle. Icelyn noticed how her droplets began to soak into the wooden flooring, intertwining with every fiber, every grain, becoming part of the warm, lively ambience of the kitchen. She had changed, yes. But it was not the end, but rather a beginning. Through her journey, Icelyn discovered that change, while initially daunting, led to an existence she never could have imagined within the freezer. In her choice to accept transformation, no longer bound by the frozen ethics of her starting point, she became an integral and vibrant part of a lively world. So, Icelyn's lesson resonated through tales shared among her former shelf mates, passed on every time the freezer opened. While change was indeed scary, it sometimes marked the glorious threshold to something infinitely greater.